Hey guys, and welcome back to the Jenna and Julien Podcast.
Weak high five.
It's hot out.
Julian's literally sweating right now.
Yeah, it's hot. I hope you can't see my sweat.
I can see it.
This Hot AF podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace.com is one of the easiest ways to build some of the best looking websites out there. You can build your own website, your own blog, online store, professional, personal, whatever you want. It's at squarespace.com. Start a free trial, no credit card needed. We will get to more of that later. But yeah, it's hot. Today, I think it got up to like 98 where we live.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't look at my watch all day to check the temperature.
Oh, your Apple Watch over there?
Oh yeah. I like to check the temperature.
Just in case you guys forgot, we have Apple Watches.
Apple Watch.
Apple Watch. And these Dale mugs were given to me at one of my live shows, and they're awesome.
Fuck you, Dale.
Fuck you, Dale.
It just says Dale on them.
Dale. Fuck you, Dale.
Fuck Dale.
Inappropriate. Oh man, I'm trying to think right now. I'm like, why is it so hot in the house? It's nighttime. It should be illegal, but it's not.
The heat gets trapped in the house, so it feels cool in here during the day, and then at night it does feel very hot.
You step outside right now.
That's how most people's houses are.
No, you're right. You just step outside and it's nice and cool. And you're like, fuck.
Well, yeah. Well, when I was a kid, I used to lay on the ground at night and stuff because it was hot.
I might do that tonight.
It feels cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you can just dig yourself a hole in the yard and then lay in it.
Well, I did that last night and I didn't really like it because there were too many little raccoons. Anyway, today we wanted to do a part 2 of a podcast we had done previously called Conspiracy Theories. You guys liked that one.
But we wanted these to be funny, though.
Yeah, so we figured we would do a part 2.
Yeah, we'll do a real part 2 of real conspiracy theories some other time, because you guys really liked that. But we gotta do... These are fucking hysterical.
Well, we'll just do part 3. This is just part 2, but in our own way.
All right.
How's that work?
Fair enough.
Unfair enough.
This is unfair.
Yeah, we wanted to get funny with these. So they're conspiracy theories.
We found them on the internet, though.
Yeah, no, they're. I mean, technically, they are conspiracy theories because people have conspired that they're true. I don't know, but yeah. So these are. We wanted to. We already did. We gathered around 10, 15 different goofy conspiracy theories that we could talk about and laugh about, and that's what we're gonna do right now.
A bunch of them made me laugh really hard, though.
They're pretty funny. Should we just get into it?
Yeah. Okay. And also, if you're one of the people that believes any of these conspiracy theories, I need you to state your case for any of them because they're fucking hysterical. Thanks.
Yeah, please do. Oh, the comment section in the last Conspiracy Theories podcast was amazing because you guys know your shit.
You guys know your shit.
Okay, so let's start on one that's not really that far-fetched.
Okay.
Gary Busey is actually Tupac. That could be real.
Well, how? Why?
Well, his teeth could just be hiding Tupac's whole body.
What?
His teeth are huge. They're this size of a human. So
you're saying that Tupac
is just standing behind his teeth. So every time he opens his mouth, Tupac's like, hey. And then he shuts his mouth.
Well, then who's Gary Busey?
He's Gary Busey. But he's housing Tupac.
Oh,
I just made my own. So it's
Gary Busey is the mothership?
He's not Tupac. He's the mothership for Tupac. Tupac is living inside Gary Busey's mouth.
That's a real fucking conspiracy theory, though, that someone wrote on the internet.
Gary Busey is actually Tupac?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I can't even think of a plausible way to explain that. Someone just wrote that?
Yeah. it was just there.
Therefore true.
Yeah.
Follow me, minions. Gary Busey is Tupac.
Oh man, let's start a cult about it.
Let's do it.
All right, you got one? Or do you want me? Let me read this one.
Yeah, you read it because you read it so fucking funny earlier.
Basically in the winter of 2007, Canada, maybe a part of Canada, but Canada had a really cold winter. And this is just something I read on the internet, didn't research it at all, so it might be entirely false. But they had a really cold winter, and the sap on the trees in Canada weren't producing the right type of sap for maple syrup. So basically maple syrup companies just threw a bunch of fake shit in there, and it was a giant conspiracy of how they pretended that it was the real stuff, but it wasn't. So Canada has some serious issues going on. This is not a joke. This is fake syrup. So I thought I would introduce that one.
Oh
it was funny. You're reading down the list of assassinations, deaths, conspiring to kill people in government, and then Canada has fake syrup. So
Well, I mean, though, by that fucking logic, maybe it happened one winter where the trees weren't producing the right amount of sap, but, like, arguably, at some point during every winter, it gets ridiculously cold.
Yeah, so
So
why
what if
just
all
2007?
maple syrup is just fake maple syrup?
And Gary Busey is like helping produce the fake stuff.
Gary Busey.
Without Gary Busey, there would be no syrup in the entire world.
He owns the patent to the fake
Are we
maple
just going to
syrup.
connect all of these together?
To Gary Busey. Just to Gary Busey.
And Tupac's the taste tester for all the syrup to make sure it's good enough
Because he lives
to
in
go
Gary
out.
Busey's mouth.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
I just because I grew up pretty north, like close to Canada, and I've never, ever, ever heard of it being so cold that the trees can't produce sap.
Yeah, like I said, I did no research, so that might not even be a thing. But, you know, it was on the internet.
They're
so.
like fucking pine trees.
I don't know. Maybe
They've
it was just really
survived
cold.
for like bajillion fucking
But
years.
no,
That's not
like
true.
it's not to say the sap was no good. It's just to say the sap was not Canadian standard of syrup good. You know what I mean?
So they stole it from upstate New York, is what you're saying?
Fair enough.
Rochester, when it's too cold in Canada, we got your sap needs covered.
Oh my god. Okay, the royal families, like all of the royal families are actually lizard people.
And I said this to you when you said that earlier.
Yeah, there's some theories about the lizard people.
There's lots of theories about lizard people.
Like what?
That they're basically like an alien race.
Living amongst us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they like
But it's a whole
obviously-
race of people.
Okay, so
It's not just
what
the
have you
royal
heard about
families.
it? Like, is it just anyone specific? Oh, we're like both at like 15%. I love it. Fucking.
No, it's not anyone specific. It'll be anyone famous to like politicians to.
So the royal families would be included.
They'd be on par for the people
Lizard
that are
people.
convinced that the lizard people are.
I want to
real.
know what that means though. Lizard people, like if they look exactly like a human, how are they lizard people?
Okay, imagine like an alien, right? And it looks like a lizard.
Yeah.
And then put your mind into some like Men in Black shit.
When they,
and they
like,
just like
and
zip
they're
up a human
being-
suit.
Human suit. Okay. All right. So there's that. I got it.
Well, I mean,
So they're just wearing suits, or they have like the ability to disguise their bodies.
you know, I don't know the logistics
I thought you
of
knew
it,
about lizard
Julian.
people.
No, I don't, because we're
Who
not
do I
doing
talk to about
serious
lizard
conspiracy theories. We're doing funny conspiracy theories.
Lizard
I just,
people is a serious
I just want to
conspiracy
know
theory.
if two. Okay, so
Oh,
Prince William and Kate Middleton or whatever, if they're lizard people, right? And they have a lizard baby, does it come out lizard, or do
Well,
they
if
have
they're
to
both
zip it up
lizard-
into a baby suit?
Yes. Or the lizard. Or what? I'm lost. Wait. So either the lizard baby was born a baby because they're both lizards.
Right. I think that it should be born a
Both
lizard.
lizards. The royal lizards.
Okay, when they have sex,
Yeah.
do they take off their people suits and fuck as lizards?
No, they don't need to. They just take off the heads of the people suit and use their lizard tongues for sex.
That's disgusting.
It's realistic.
Okay, but
have
then
you seen
if,
a lizard's
but
tongue?
time out though. Back to the point. If they have a baby, is it a human baby?
Why
or
would
a
it be?
lizard
Why would it
baby?
be human? If they're both lizard, of course it's gonna be lizard baby. And the environment's not gonna just randomly turn it into a human baby.
So then they have to have like a hospital and like a midwife and whoever on board.
Oh yeah,
that,
they have
like,
everything in house.
It's gonna come out lizard. Don't freak out.
Yeah, chill out. It's just a lizard.
Okay.
Wow.
Do you think that Kate took off her people suit and just was lizard the day of her baby's birth? Can she give birth through a people suit?
It doesn't matter because it was behind closed doors and nobody knows. It's never going to be public knowledge.
When she poops, does she need a lizard
Like
suit?
again, behind
people
closed
suit.
doors. Only the lizard people know that.
Okay.
I wonder what lizard poop looks like.
So,
like
yeah, well-
lizard people poop.
I imagine that the best way to catch a lizard person is to follow them into a bathroom where they unzip their people suit.
Do you think they poop out of their butt or?
That's what I just asked you. I feel like they have to take off their people suit because you can't poop through it.
What if lizard people poop was like, it was like transparent, and it could migrate through material.
And wait, what?
What? I have no idea where I'm going. How about we just agree to not agree or understand?
But the
this
royal
entire
family
thing?
is definitely a lizard people, yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
For sure.
What? Duh.
Duh. That's why the queen has lived
knows
for
that.
so long. She's going to live another 100 years.
So-
She's a
oh,
fucking
man.
lizard.
People watching from the UK right now are gonna be like, oh, I guess apparently the royal people are lizard people. Oh, sorry, guys.
I'm going to follow them into the bathroom to see them take off their people suit.
Yeah, if you do that, just leave in the comments below how we can bail you out of jail for getting you followed and arrested.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of your fault though. All right, you want to move on? Are you good to move on?
Yes.
Okay, should I say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Notorious B.I.G. faked his death, but when he saw his posthumous records like destroying numbers and going crazy and doing really well, he knew he couldn't come out of hiding because it would tarnish his legend. So instead, he disguised himself as Rick Ross. So he is now Rick Ross, and there is no Rick Ross. It's just Biggie.
I feel like that's just like the most racist conspiracy
It's
theory.
pretty racist.
Like, oh, here's like a big black guy rapper. You know who I bet he is.
The other big black guy. Oh my god, I did not come up with this.
But what that one
B.I.G. was in
comment-
better shape than Rick. No, well, Rick Ross is getting in shape.
He eats a lot of pears.
He eats a lot of pears. Rick Ross does like CrossFit.
Yeah, but Rick Ross, like, you also know where he's been and like.
No, I know he has a whole past.
He's a person.
Yeah, or is that a lizard past? Maybe it was a lizard acting out Rick Ross's past, so he could intercept exactly when Biggie died and then take over, and then the lizard just goes away
And
back
it's
to England.
Also, Gary Busey.
Yeah. Well, Tupac. See, Tupac's involved in that.
Whoa.
Oh shit! It's getting real as fuck right now. Oh my god! Oh, Tupac's just buying the teeth, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not.
Guys, take notes, okay? This is important.
I just want to know. I want to meet the person that thought of that.
I want to meet all these people.
They were
who
just
thought of
sitting
this.
around like super duper high, and they were like, you know what? I bet fucking Biggie is Rick Ross.
Like, I'm not even high, and I'm coming up with the fact that Tupac is like 95% sure behind Gary Busey's teeth right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what I would come up with if I was high. That's
why he was so great on The Apprentice. You still haven't seen that season.
I've
with him
seen
on it.
highlights because you showed me, but I really want to see it.
One of the most magical things I've ever watched on television, the season of The Apprentice that Gary Busey was on.
I really want to see it.
I think it's magical not only because Gary Busey is, hysterical, but because he's Tupac as well.
Well, that's the thing. It's like when you watch a movie and you read about it afterwards, and you're like, oh, I didn't know about that. So when you watch it again, you're like, I'm going to look for this now. So when we watch the season again, we're going to be looking for Tupac.
Yeah, we're going to be looking for
I just saw Tupac. Did you see Tupac?
little tidbits of
it's
Tupac.
There's his little bandana.
Even just the way that Gary Busey will talk about something in great detail.
Well, yeah, because
theoretically, because Tupac is a poet.
Well, Tupac, being behind the
genius.
teeth, has strings that he's pulling. He can control the words of Gary Busey. Not always, but sometimes. Gary Busey has like a 50% control rate of his own mouth.
Is that why he's always doing weird things?
What if Tupac is just like making him jump the shark and say ridiculous shit just to fucking screw her up?
And he's like in his mouth do all this like weird fucking shit.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, this podcast. I'm sorry. All right.
The next one is like...
You love this one.
It's too real for me because I wear glasses and contacts every single fucking day of my life because I'm too much of a pussy to go get LASIK. I'm terrified of it. I don't want to do it. It's not worth the investment at all.
My dad got LASIK. It looked terrifying.
Yeah, I don't want... No, thank you. But this next conspiracy theory is that contact cases keep getting bigger, so you need to keep buying more solutions.
Like, okay, first of all, let's just imagine, like, okay, the people, like, manufacturing these contact cases are like, all right, it's 2014, let's do 1/14 of a centimeter this way, bigger. And, like, are they really profitable? Is that, like, profitable, that plan? Like, that much more solution you're going to buy? And what if people don't even fill it to the top of the solution?
You know what? I bet if they
that's
increase the size...
a bitter contact wearer came up with that conspiracy
I know.
theory.
Well, that and the fact that LASIK and stuff exists, we're like, we got to get our money back somehow, man.
Yeah.
We're losing lifetime customers.
For sure. It's fucked up.
What are they going to do if people get laser surgery and then they can't keep selling contact solution?
They're going to run out of business. They're going to die.
They're going to have to go into the nasal spray industry.
Or the mouth industry, which Gary Busey has on lock. He has the entire industry in his palm. Well, or should I say Tupac? When
we found that, though, that it was so true, though, because I feel like a few years ago, even at least like that long, they seemed small, and now they do seem kind of large contact cases. Although I've switched to dailies, the contacts, because I kept getting like eyeliner on my contacts, and then I'd have to live with them for another 2 weeks. It wouldn't come off. Yeah. And people are always like, "What's that in your eye?" And I'm like, it's just makeup. It's been there for a long time. I can't get it off.
Because
I'm gonna rip my contacts.
It's terrifying.
Yeah. Well, if you try and rub it too hard, then it rips.
Marble.
and then you go through your contacts way too fast, and I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So, I switched to daily, so I no longer have to put solution in a case.
Yeah, no, I believe you and everything you just said. I just have no way to relate to it because I've literally never touched a contact. So.
Oh.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
Well.
Sorry. Marble, why is he barking?
I don't know.
I thought they were going to be too hot to bark this time.
True.
Marble!
You read the next one. It's fantastic.
Marble, quiet! Squarespace sponsored us! All right, the next one. Oh, the Mayans weren't, in 2012, right? Leading up to 2012. The Mayans were not counting down to the end of the world. They were actually counting down to the release of The Hobbit. That's plausible, because it actually happened.
Yeah.
No one knew it, but that was their secret, like, party. Like, guys, it's The Hobbit's coming out. Let's just say the world's ending so people get on board. And then, like, the day before The Hobbit came out, they were like, look how many people are as excited as we are that something is going to happen tomorrow.
It's a good thing that we made that calendar.
Like, how many Mayans bought movie tickets to The Hobbit on the day it came out? We should find the box office number. That's public, right? No, it isn't. That is not public. What race you are at the movie? So I'd like one adult and one Mayan.
Okay, yeah. What's your race?
Oh my God.
Are you Mayan? All right, we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care. Julian's not going to look this up later.
Are you direct descendant of someone that made a Mayan calendar like a really long time ago? Okay, I care about you. Everyone else going to the theater.
Just the word Mayan. Sorry. Just sounded funny.
Mayan.
So you say something a bunch of times?
Mayan.
I'm going to tweet that. No, I'm not.
Is it yours or is it Mayan?
Okay. All right.
Should I let it go?
Let it go.
Are you Mayan or is he Mayan?
If any of you get that reference, which you will not, I love you forever.
The original quote is, "Are you lying or is he lying?"
It's a quote from Billy Madison.
Liar, liar. Oh, Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Sorry.
They're on the front lawn of the teacher, who's also a wrestler, and he's controversy, and he's getting kicked out of his position. Whatever. Anyway, so they're like they're trying to figure out the truth about this whole situation, and the kid, who's like just an awful actor, he has to determine if this person's lying or if the other person's lying, and he goes up to the guy and he says, "Are you lying or is he lying?" And he emphasizes the wrong word. He emphasizes lying,
like it should
not
be,
you.
Are you lying or are you lying?
Yeah.
He goes,
and he goes,
are you lying or is he lying?
Oh, God. I don't
they
know why
left
I
it
know
in the
that.
movie, though. They didn't make him redo
that
it.
was probably his best take.
It's true.
He probably said, "Are you lying or is he lying?" or something like that.
Are you lying or is he lying?
Are you lying or is he lying?
It's funny, though. It's
all right.
fucking funny.
Enough about Billy Madison. Why don't you read the next one? Because I have no idea how to pronounce anything.
Yeah, I can tell because it's spelled Tomets.
Well, that's how you spell Tomei, right?
Mm-hmm. That Marissa Tomei's Oscar was a mistake. That the person that presented her the Oscar for her role in My Cousin Vinny just read the envelope wrong and then just didn't want to. Everyone was too embarrassed to like fix it.
Just like fucking go with it.
Fucking go with it.
Who won?
I've seen Marissa Tomei.
No, but who won? If she
I don't
didn't
know.
win.
You can read the theory, I'm sure.
Guys, who won?
Who won? Have you seen the movie My Cousin Vinny?
No.
I mean, it's silly, and I watched it like in high school, but it was nothing that I'd be like, damn, she deserves an Oscar.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe that's pretty fucked up of me to say.
That theory sounds pretty like it could be true.
It also says that Marissa Tomei does not like that theory.
No, she doesn't.
She does not like that theory.
She doesn't. Do you want to read the next one?
No, go ahead.
All right. So the game, the floor is lava. You know, when you like can't touch the floor because it's lava, is actually bundled into human DNA. Because how else could every kid in every country in the world play it at some point? That's the conspiracy.
I feel like it's only natural to want to just like jump around on things. Really, it's built into our DNA.
That's what you're made to think because it's already ingrained inside of your DNA.
That's what
also
Gary
probably
Busey
tag.
would say. Yeah.
No, tag is instinctual, unless it's dialed into our DNA also. What is it? What? Wait,
God.
How do we know what is instinctual and what's not dialed into our DNA?
Eating, sleeping, definitely.
Let's ask Tupac.
Just like,
Tupac.
Get your finger out of my mouth.
No.
Get it out of my mouth.
Son?
No.
God. Oh, well, while we're on the topic of fingers in your mouth, why don't we talk about our sponsor of the podcast really quickly? It has nothing to do with fingers in the mouth.
Nothing to do with fingers in your mouth.
Squarespace.com is sponsoring the podcast. Thank you, Squarespace.
Thank you, Squarespace.
Yeah, Squarespace is, for those of you who don't know, if you ever want to create a website, you go to squarespace.com, and it literally lets you build the website exactly how you'd like it. It's the easiest way to do it. There's a ton of templates. All the templates look absolutely professional. They look elegant. I mean, if you're trying to do an online store, if you're trying to do a professional website for your business, your personal website, whatever it is, Squarespace will make it look absolutely nice.
Personal website. Oh.
What you got on that personal website? Hit me with that HTML. But you have to do no coding. You have to do nothing that you used to have to do when you're running a blog or website, years ago when we fucking had to do that shit.
Miserable.
But no, Squarespace is great. They have 24/7 customer support. They have websites. All their websites work perfectly on mobile platforms, so iPhones will have an easy time using your website. Completely customizable. Every website you make comes with a free online store built into it. And I did say 24/7 customer support, so I would say that's a pretty huge selling point.
Agreed.
So yeah, check it out at squarespace.com. You can start a free trial, no credit card needed. Or if you would like to do the website thing and get 10% off, you can use product code JJ at checkout for 10% off of your website, squarespace.com.
And if you don't have a website, go make a website.
Go make a website. Even if it's
worth it.
Conspiracy theories about Tupac.
True.
Being behind people's teeth.
Just Gary Busey's.
Well, that's where I think I might disagree with you. I think Gary Busey is the front for where Tupac might just run his entire operation out of. He might have little minions that tall in other people's mouths. Yeah.
Okay. So the next one that you had this, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the television show, is actually about death. That Will is dead.
Yep.
Will Smith.
Will Smith in the show is dead.
And Bel-Air is heaven. Uncle Phil is God, and Carlton is his guide.
Guide or conscience, you can interchange that.
You wrote here that Bel-Air apparently means beautiful sky.
Yeah, I don't know what language. I don't know. I just read it online. Maybe you guys can tell. Bel-Air. What is? Maybe it translates in Mayan.
I mean, yeah, definitely Mayan for sure.
Is that what Tupac spoke? Did he speak Mayan?
Probably.
My head's hurting. Okay, no, it's better now. Yeah, so, and there was also a couple motifs that people had said, like the taxi driver was death, because he was always talking about things that related to maybe being dead. I don't know. That's it. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is about being dead in heaven.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not.
I'm not buying into that one at all. What about his sisters? Who are they?
There's a whole post on it. I think.
What about the mom?
There's a whole post.
What's the significance of the Carlton dance? Tell us now, Julian.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna Google it on site.
Go for it. You better hurry up. I'm losing my patience. I need to know exactly what this person says the significance of the Carlton dance is.
Okay.
Because why would his guide do that?
All right, let's see. Meeting God. So that's
Here we go.
His Uncle Phil.
You guys want to take it to the rabbit hole? We're going down it.
Let's see. The distance from Hollywood to Bel-Air is 2676 miles, or 4306 kilometers. Today, that cab ride would cost $8,356.96, which is a lot of money, and Will probably didn't pay that price.
Wait, what?
Hold on,
From
because
Hollywood
the taxi
to
driver
Bel-Air?
was God. Okay, so this is saying the taxi driver was God, not Uncle Phil. What?
How is it 26 miles from Hollywood to Bel-Air? Julian, you were born and raised here.
Wait, what? Look at it. Says it right there. What is this website?
That says 2,676 miles.
Yeah, I said 2676 miles. Is that right? That's not right.
Julian.
Bel-Air's here.
Yes.
Oops. Sorry, that's a bad website. I'm not even checking right now. I'm just clicking.
Oh my God.
Okay, here we go. Bel-Air equals beautiful sky.
Hole
Uncle is...
in this theory. It says it's 2,000 miles away.
I know. I'm sorry. Fuck. That was a bad website. Okay. Yeah, there's not that much.
Anyways, moving on.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
God takes him to heaven where he lives in a mansion with his wealthy aunt and uncle and slowly works out his issues and hardships. That's just the show. That's not any suggestion. That's just what happened.
So the taxi driver is God, though?
Yeah. No. Uncle Phil's God. I don't like that theory. That website was bad. Let's move on.
I can't.
Sorry about that.
All right. The government tells us not to look directly at the sun to prevent us from gaining superpowers.
That's definitely real.
I think that that's real.
I would always look at the sun as a kid, and then, like, I would be blind, but I would run really, really fast. And I'd be like, why am I running so fast?
Maybe you thought you were going so fast because you couldn't see where you were going.
No, my brother saw me, but he was also looking at the sun, so maybe no one was running fast.
Don't look at the sun.
I love how it's like the government tells it. Like, when has the government told you to not look at the sun?
No,
your
it's
mom
just like,
tells you to not
your
look.
mom or like your teacher. Like, don't look at the sun. You can
What
go
if your
blind.
mom is the government?
Ooh.
Okay, that, and then Tupac's in her mouth.
Good one.
Okay, yeah, we got it.
For sure.
Salongi. Wait.
Julien.
I did that on purpose.
Solange. Beyonce's sister, Solange Knowles. So he just goes Solangi. I go, we're sitting on the couch. I go, Julien, do you know if any, I wanted to talk about some celebrity conspiracy theories because there's some funny ones out there. And I go, do you know who Beyonce is? He goes, yeah, I know who she is. I go, do you know who Solange is? He's like, yeah, I know who she is. Who is she again?
Well, I needed a refresher. I know who she is. I just didn't remember who she was.
Beyonce's sister. Yeah, and they're allegedly 5 years apart. But there's also a conspiracy theory that Beyonce is actually 7 years older than she claims to be, which would make them 12 years apart.
So
this theory is that Solange or Solangi is actually Mayan. I'm kidding. That Solange is Beyonce's daughter and not her sister. And her parents raised Solangi so that Beyonce could pursue her career singing, etc., and not have
I'd say that's probably
child.
real. I'd say it's probably real.
Right?
And they couldn't do a DNA test because, like I said, everything's protected. They're in-house. No one's going to ever let that happen.
Well, yeah, I imagine, though, if you did a DNA test, the only way you could, like, figure out what's going on is if you had, like, the paternity test.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, and that's not true at all.
I don't know,
Jenna.
science.
Is it Jenna? No, because I'd be like, they have the same fucking
science.
DNA, obviously.
Yeah.
It's
No, yeah,
mother
so
and daughter.
basically you just go to a Solangi concert and a Beyonce concert and grab a hair off their head both times and then just go to the doctor and be like, hey, do it.
Tell us what's going on here.
Do it, yeah. Do your job.
Do you think that Beyonce is 7 years older than she claims to be?
How old does she claim to be?
I don't know. You
Like 30...
I don't know.
10?
I can't remember.
30-10?
I can't remember.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I know these people, like, with all the money in the world, know how to make themselves look years younger than they are, so I don't know why that would be
That's
false.
fucking crazy. But what if Solangi is actually Beyonce's daughter? And then Blue Ivy, the other conspiracy is that Blue Ivy is not Beyonce's daughter.
That's her granddaughter.
Or
Solangi's daughter.
Solangi already has a daughter, because Solangi got pregnant when she was like a teenager.
What if Solangi's alleged daughter is Solangi's sister? And then Blue Ivy is Solangi's sister's daughter. And then everything just makes sense.
Well, now. And then Tupac. And Gary Busey. All right.
No.
Radioshack is actually a money laundering business for larger companies. I think this is true.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
100%
not,
true.
Radioshack isn't a business.
Nobody
so it has to be
shops
something
at
else.
motherfucking Radioshack. No way in fucking hell. If you said, yeah, I gotta go to Radioshack, I do not trust you as a person.
Yeah, you're going
ever.
to pick up money from your giant corporation that hides their money through Radioshack.
Exactly.
Basically,
They have nothing that you could ever want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally nothing.
I fucking hate Radioshack. And why is the TV on?
I don't know.
Okay. This is racist. That's it. It's just racist. Okay, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's a funny theory. It's funny and it's not funny because it's angry and racist. It's just a funny theory. So don't kill me. Put the pitchforks down. I just read this on the internet. The Chinese government funds millions of citizens a year to immigrate them to Western countries so that they can drive slow and slow down people from getting to work, thus slowing down those countries' economies.
I mean, the whole thing hinges on the stereotype
that Asians are bad or Chinese people are bad drivers.
Right.
Hinges.
Which we all know is not true at all, but sometimes can be true. just as much as white people.
Anyone can be a bad
anyone's
driver. I've seen bad Chinese drivers. I've seen bad American drivers. I've seen bad dog drivers. I mean, everyone.
But
can
it
be a bad
is
driver. funny.
if you bought into that stereotype. That's a
thing.
very funny fucking thought. So
if you were to be like really fucking racist, it's funny. I'm just kidding.
God.
I'm just kidding. It's not really racist. Can I read the next one?
No, just the idea of a government like sending over like really bad drivers.
Go and drive fucking slow.
Yeah.
What if they just drive slow all day? They don't do anything but drive. That's what they do.
Well, they have to live.
So they just
somewhere.
pay them to like live in some house. What? What?
They all live in one house.
But it's millions of citizens.
Okay, but yeah, maybe.
What is it, a clown house? They just all fit in
No,
there?
because they live in different cities. But maybe like in each house, it's like at the top of like a Target or something, so they could park in the parking garage.
You know where it is? It's at the top of a circuit city.
Ooh, good one. But like, you know, when you go somewhere really late at night in a parking garage, and you're like, "What are all these cars doing here?" And then there's no one in the store. It's because they all live
The slow
there.
driving cars.
They all live there.
Oh my God.
They're also all the ones that bought tickets to The Hobbit or whatever in 2020.
So they're also Mayan?
Yeah,
Or they're the people that the Mayans recruited by brainwash?
true.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine a government sitting down though and be like, "What can we do? We should stop them.
Their government
from going to work.
Their economy is so fast and booming. Let's slow it down." Literally.
By physically slowing them down.
All right, that's fucked.
So fucked.
All right, this next one's really good. Have you read this next one?
Yeah.
Okay, rocks are actually soft and squishy. They just tense up when you pick them up or touch them.
It's not the worst theory. It could be like cornstarch.
I feel like there's no disproving that ever. Because if you're ever going to test it, you're touching it. And they're tensing up. They're nervous.
That's not true. You could test it like for its volume. Like there's lots of...
No. This isn't science,
matter.
Jenna. This isn't science.
Just your hand.
There's no logic here. Come on. No, yeah. Like anytime you were to test it, whether in a lab or with a tool or measuring it or whatever it is, it would tense up because it's being touched by something.
Okay, but what about something
Don't
like
touch me.
the Grand Canyon? If it's really squishy and no one's touching it, how does it hold its shape?
It doesn't mean not solid. It's a solid state, but it's like...
Just squishy?
It's just squishy. It's like if it was a giant Jell-O thing. I want to take a bite out of it, but then it's going to tense up. What if...
Oh, God, here we go.
What if...
Every time you take a bite out of it, it's actually
What if the only
Tupac
bite that
taking
you
a
could
bite
take out of rocks are used by Gary Busey's teeth because they're big and strong enough? And that is the only thing that would break through the tensed up exterior of the rock to get to the squishy, wonderful center of the rock.
Aside from Solangi.
Solangi's like... She's got a lot of stuff going on.
She's a wizard.
Solangi is the name a wizard would have, so... All right, you want to read the last one?
I have another one after this.
Ow.
Lady Gaga is one of Sacha Baron Cohen's characters.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I got nothing on that. That's just probably true.
Okay. This other one that I found was that Nicki Minaj is not like a good rapper at all, and she can't rap. Aside from, there's tons of all these theories about people like being vampires and they never die and they've been around for thousands of years because they'll find like an old picture that looks like somebody. Yeah. Or that they're time travelers. But this one had nothing to do with that. It just had to do with the fact that Nicki Minaj actually can't rap at all. And so instead, someone slowed down this version of super bass, and it sounds exactly, according to this person, like Jay-Z.
All right, don't put it too close.
Okay, so that Nicki Minaj doesn't really rap, but they just speed up Jay-Z rapping.
Is it like legit? Does it sound?
It's pretty funny.
Probably turn off your Wi-Fi. Yeah. You can swipe up and do it.
Please hold 1 second.
She goes to settings to turn off her Wi-Fi. Why don't you just swipe up and hit the button?
It's not your business. Mind your business.
It's all of our business now because we would be watching Jay-Z.
How come it's not working? Oh, is it going to my headphones?
No.
Hey, don't.
No, I'm grabbing.
Don't
Bluetooth
grab.
off. Don't
grab. Well, why is it not working now? This
Damn it,
podcast
Jenna.
brought to you by me not knowing how to use my phone.
Oh my god, that face is terrifying.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just like a warping slow motion picture of Nicki Minaj's face.
It's horrifying.
Or is it Nicki Minaj?
Wait, why is it not working? Wait. What? What?
What?
What?
What?
Anyway, why don't you just send me that and I'll put it in post. So here it is. You guys want to listen?
Aww.
What? Are you going to Google it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me just do a little bit about Squarespace then, since you're doing that. Last thing I'm going to mention about Squarespace. Like I said before, you don't need a credit card. If you want to just test it out, you're not required to put your credit card in. You can go to squarespace.com and just click free trial. Try our website. Try the tools. See the templates. See what they got. And if you like it, then you get 10% off your website. 10% off. That's pretty good, considering all you did was just watch a podcast. And, you know, we appreciate you guys supporting the podcast. We appreciate Squarespace supporting the podcast. Thank you. Jesus, Jay-Z.
This works.
But thank you, Squarespace, for supporting us. And thank you guys for being mindful and aware that we, you know, get to do the podcast because we are supported by Squarespace. So,
this is a different one, but this is called Jay-Z is Nicki Minaj.
all right, let's hear it.
So Jay-Z sped up.
I don't get it.
Alright, this one is good. Alright, you not hear that? It's fast,
Is it
so it
two
sounds
songs?
like Nicki Minaj. No, it's not.
Oh, that
two
was
songs.
Jay-Z?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was Nicki Minaj.
No. I want to find that other one. That one was funny.
That's crazy, actually. I was like, what's the deal? It sounds like Nicki Minaj, whatever, but it's Jay-Z.
This one is the opposite. So this is a Nicki Minaj song, slowed down, that now sounds like Jay-Z.
Okay.
You see space warping? You can find these on YouTube.
This one is for the boys with the booming system. Top town AC with the coolest system.
What?
Come up in the club, he be blazing up. Got stacks on deck like he's saving up. And he ill, he real, he might got a
That sounds like Jay-Z. It doesn't just sound like any rapper. It sounds like him.
He might sell coke, he always in the air, but he never fly.
He has that same voice. Okay, this is scary.
When he make a drip, drip, kiss him on a lip, lip.
This is Nicki? You just slow down? Okay, I am absolutely freaked out right now.
I said, excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. I mean, my
That sounds like if Jay-Z was in drag and he was talking like a girl.
And I'm loving your tie. You're like slicker than the guy with the
All right.
on his arm.
You buy into it?
I buy into it.
I
Do
want to
you?
hear the chorus.
That's scary shit, dude. All right, guys.
Crying. Oh,
Get outta
somebody's
here.
putting
Peachy,
their whole
go.
paw under the door.
All right.
Peachy Queen.
Anyway.
You buy that?
I buy that.
You
That's
buy
fucking
it?
scary. Did you
So
hear
what
that?
about like her speaking voice though? That sounds
She
exactly
just does
like
her best
rapping.
to. I don't know. It's hard to think about. I don't know. I personally don't think she's the greatest.
That is
rapper
pretty
ever,
cool though, right?
but yeah, that is cool. I hope that was like weird how this podcast ended with like a legit fucking conspiracy because that's. I mean, believe it or not, that sounded like Jay-Z. I'm sorry, it sounded.
Yeah,
like
but
Jay-Z.
it's also because they have New York accents. Like, it's,
That sounded like Jay-Z. It didn't just sound like another guy with a New York accent. It sounded like Jay-Z. So either they are conspiring to talk like each other in their own songs.
but that's so ridiculous that they can't even like Jay-Z can't write it. First of all, she's with Lil Wayne and not Jay-Z.
Young Money.
Right.
Yeah.
But like Jay-Z can't just like write it and then hand it to her.
Illuminati confirmed.
He
just
needs to
right here.
He needs to record it and then speed it up and then she lip syncs it forever.
Of course. She probably dubs a little bit over it, but
Oh
no,
my
that's
God.
it. Yeah.
Anyways.
Beats by Nicki Minaj.
Beats by Tupac.
Oh, Beats by Gary Busey. If you guys
I really
enjoyed
want
this
some
podcast.
Beats by Gary Busey.
This is a really fucky podcast, but we enjoyed doing it.
I like
right?
fucky.
Yeah, it was fun. We can do a part 3 of conspiracy theories, but more serious if you guys want. I feel like we should do that.
Yeah.
But we wanted to do some. I was like, we should do conspiracy theories part 2, and then I looked up one, and
'Cause
she
we were
just died
laughing
laughing,
so hard.
and we were like, why don't we make it funny? So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this funny podcast. It was pretty goofy, but Thanks for listening
And remember,
watching.
the government doesn't want you to look at the sun because they don't want you to gain superpowers.
Yeah, actually go outside right now and check out the sun because you'll probably get a little faster to wherever you're going next. You might run into shit, but it's all right. Check out squarespace.com, and we're on
Thank you,
SoundCloud everywhere.
Squarespace.
We'll be back next Monday with another podcast. Probably a little less goofy.
Guys, now quit.
I'm going to go listen to some Jay-Z or Tupac or Mayan or Beyonce or Solange.
Solange.
Brain exploding. See you guys.
Bye.